Divine Masculine Mondays. I am Regal Essence. I am Queen TV. I am Queen TV After Dark. I am Life is the Love Goddess. I am Life is the Laid Back Mom. I'm your ray of sunshine in the afternoon time. I'm your crystal healer and dealer. And I'm your past life princess. Hey, booze. Hey. So, y'all. So, I've been talking to the Lord. So, I asked God what he wanted me to talk to his divine masculines about today. And he let me know that he wants to talk to you guys, wants me to talk to you guys about protecting your energy, right? And taking the higher road in situations that you come into post spiritual awakening, okay? Because we all know how we would react back in the day. If you was the old you, we all know how we would react, right? But as we step into our spiritual awakening, like, it requires us to respond to situations differently than we may have in the past, right? And sometimes that is a very frustrating task. Like, it makes you feel, it's like you want to take the higher road, right? But then at the same time, like, the people that you're dealing with or the situations that you're dealing with is like real low vibe shit. It's like real grimy, right? So like, it can really bring out your grimy side, you know what I'm saying? But it takes more mental and spiritual strength to be able to deal with situations and take the high road, right? Also, that ties into protecting your energy. So we live in a day and age where, you know, being high vibe and all of this kind of thing is like the end thing, right? But what I realize is being high vibe is the end thing until people are faced with a situation where they can either, one, take the low road, or two, take the high road, right? And when it's time to take the high road, people forget all about that good vibes and all of that other stuff, right? They revert right back to the way they used to do things, right? And this conversation was also inspired by a conversation that I was having, and the person was in a situation that was like really, it was like a situation where it was really like, you know, screw you, and the person felt like, yo, they playing with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, they treating me like I'm a bitch out here. Like, they gonna have to see me. They gonna have to see me, right? And it was actually my son. I can be honest. It was actually my son. Cause I'm gonna keep it real. I don't really talk to that many people. So in the situation, I was giving him a couple different scenarios, because I'm the type of person that whenever I have a situation that I'm dealing with, I normally have like a couple different ways that I want to see things, that I could be okay with how things play out, right? So there's just gonna be certain things that in like certain situations, I'm just like, yo, like, I don't really care what y'all think and what y'all trying to do, but that shit ain't about to happen, right? Then so that's one aspect. Like, what I know definitely for sure is like not going down, like, period, right? And then I come up with a couple different scenarios. So what's the best case scenario that can happen? Like, what do I really want to happen? And most times that is what I believe for. That's what I put my energy into manifesting, right? The best case scenario. And then I may have like a plan B and C, right? So if my best case scenario don't work out, then I got this. And if that don't work out, then I got this aspect, right? And the crazy thing is that I realized that, like, once we get into spirituality and things of that nature, like, you know, we're going to be put in situations where we are going to be tested. And we have to determine how it is that we want to handle the situation. And actually, what my son was going through, I actually was going through a very similar situation. And I'm just like, so look here. This is how I need things to play out. This is how I need you to handle things. Or, you know what I mean? I'm prepared to do X, Y, and Z. As well, God fights my battles, right? So I'm just like, you can either do right by me, right? Do right by the law or the legal system or whatever it is that you are bound to in whatever situation or sector that you find yourself in, right? Or if neither of those work out, then like, just please know, like don't play with me. Like, I'm not to just be screwed over and just dealt with and handled any kind of way. Because a lot of times people think that because we lead with love and we're spiritual, that like all of a sudden that's, you know what I mean, like that's your cue to try to chump me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your cue to talk to me crazy. Or maybe not even just spiritually. Let's broaden it, right? Sometimes they judge you because of the color of your skin. Sometimes they judge you because of your age. Sometimes they just prejudge you because of like your appearance, or maybe the way it is that you speak, or where it is that you came from, or where it is that you find yourself in life currently, right? And people will come in and they try to judge you, judge your situation, and they think that they can, you know what I mean, like play with you. They think that they can mishandle you. Like, they think that they can treat you like you sweet. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, those of us that are spiritual, we know that like God got our back. And most of us, we get to a certain level of spiritual maturity that we know that like karma's a bitch, right? And even before I got into spirituality, I always was taught that vengeance is the Lord's, right? So I don't have to spend my energy, right? I don't have to utilize my energy trying to force a situation to go in my favor. I don't have to spend my energy trying to force a person to see things my way, force a man to be a man, or force a woman to be a woman, right? Force a professional to be a professional, an entrepreneur to handle his business properly, or he or she properly in the way that they should, right? And when we try to will situations in our favor, we expel so much energy, right? And at times, if your ego is involved, it makes it even harder for you to kind of like take the high road, because you want to get even. You want to see things go your way. You want people to suffer. You want people to pay, right, for what it is that they did. Like, you want people to like, you want there to be repercussions for the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? However, I'm here to encourage you that taking the higher road shows more strength, right? Remember that you are a high vibrational being, and every day you are working on your energy frequency. No, that's not what I want to say. Every day you're working on your energy signature in order to be able to continuously raise your frequency. And then at some point, people are not even going to be able to reach you at the frequency that you get to, or they going to know not to fuck with you. Like, even if they try, you know what I'm saying? Like, they said the weapons will form, but they wouldn't prosper. So even if they try you, right, it's going to be something about your energy, your attitude, right, that is going to let them know that like, yeah, no, I may not want to do this, right? And it's not necessarily that you walking around mean, huff, and tough. Like, you can be who it is that you are. You can continue to lead with love, be loving, be non-egotistical, all of those things, right? And people are going to have no choice but to respect your swag, right? Respect who it is that you are, because as you ascend, right, in your frequency, you're growing spiritually, right? And who you are in the spirit matters. Even in this 3D world, even in this natural world, you'll find that people don't react to you the way that they could, right? People no longer react to you the way that they used to. Because some people at some point, like, spiritually, they have no more access to you because you're no longer accessible, because you're nowhere near the frequency that they're on, right? So in the spirit realm, it's like they can't even come to you. Like, sometimes God will start blocking people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you make the decision that, you know what, like, this situation ain't working for me anymore. I'm going to move on from it, or I'm just going to be the bigger person. I'm going to pull back and pull my energy back, right? And that's all God needs in order to be able to elevate you, protect you, and just block you from certain bullish, okay? So I just want to encourage you guys that a part of protecting your energy, and I hear a lot of people say, you know, I'm careful who I'm around, and you know, I only surround myself with positive people, and that is great and amazing. However, also, another very important part of protecting your energy is being mindful of what you expel your energy on and into, right? Another point I want to make: when people are low vibrational and they're coming for you, right? Especially, I ain't gonna say especially. I ain't gonna say especially, but let's talk about low vibrational females, shall we? Yes, we shall. Arguments, petty bullish, getting you wrapped up and tied into just like malarkey, you know what I'm saying? Like, and in those situations, just like really like pushing your buttons, you know what I mean? Like, just trying to take you there, right? Realize that that's gonna happen. Low vibrational females, family members, friends, co-workers, shoot, the person on a bus, you know, every now and again, a person will allow themselves to be used demonically, right? Because energies, they can jump from people to people. Like, some people, they can't get to you. They don't have no access to you anymore, right? But that same demonic energy, that same demonic spirit may come through another person, may come through like a total stranger, right? And it's up to you to decide how much energy you're going to give to the situation, right? And I want to encourage you guys to not waste your energy, expel your energy on situations that make you act out of force, situations that make you want to take matters into your own hands, situations that are just set there to push your buttons and, you know, make you lose your temper and things of that nature. Like, don't even feed into that, right? Because people are energy vampires, right? And as we start to ascend spiritually, people recognize that and they miss your energy. Like, they want your energy around, so they'll do anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's pick a fight, pick an argument, whatever the case may be, but whatever energy you give into the situation, you're giving that energy to them. And a lot of times, as we start to ascend spiritually, we start to recognize that, wow, like, I had a lot of people in my life that were just energy vampires. They were just there because even before I realized it, like, I got this good, yummy energy, right? And we can even describe it as like, you know, I always, you know, everything around me is always good vibes. I always create good vibes, right? I bring the good vibes, you know what I'm saying? And people know that and they recognize that. So when they no longer have access to you, they're going to try it, right? They're going to try it. And I just want to encourage you guys, don't feed into low vibrational situations, because that is a way for people to literally be able to steal your energy, right? Platonic situations, physical situations, y'all know I talk about this all the time. Like, create with your sexual energy. Ow, I don't know why I was about to say create, but that part, right? Harness your sexual energy for, I did not come here to talk to y'all about this, but I told God to leave me. Harness your spiritual energy, your sexual energy for manifesting, right? Harness, protect your spiritual energy for someone that's actually worth it, right? Someone that can be an incubator. So whenever you release that energy, right, they take that energy and they're able to create even more, right? Spiritual couples that are together, you can utilize your sexual energy, the sexual energy that you create. You can utilize that to manifest things that you want to see come into fruition for you, right? Now, people also do the opposite of that, right? And they produce, they manifest things for themselves and all kinds of other malarkey that we're not going to get into on this video, because I'm not giving no witch, warlock, dark, low vibe, karmic man, no energy on this live. But people do it, right? So watch who it is that you're sleeping with. Okay? Y'all already know how I feel about these women out here. They ain't as innocent as they come off, right? Like, they giving it up, but trust and believe, it's not always about what you think. Sometimes people are really trying to get over on you. Sometimes people are utilizing your DNA. Come on, what? I did not come to talk about this. They will utilize your DNA to be able to manifest things for them, right? Not only that, if you are a starseed, if you are a divine masculine, if you are of a shaman descent, if you are urban day shaman, your bloodline, you came to save your bloodline, break generational curses in your bloodline, reverse certain things, right? So you want to be careful who it is that you're having children with. You want to be careful who it is that you're sharing DNA with, right? Because it's special and it's holy and it's sacred, okay? Not to get all deep on y'all, but yeah, you gotta be mindful. Like, you may have come to save your bloodline, meaning you can't just be having kids with just anybody, right? Now, we all got some things that if we had a chance, we would do over, right? We would do it again. Like, I wouldn't have had kids by him. I wouldn't have had kids by her, right? However, we ain't talk about that. When you know better, you do better, right? And whatever children were produced, they were here for a reason, right? And hopefully they are here to also carry on the legacy of continuing to break generational curses within your bloodline. Do things that our ancestors were not able to do. So make our ancestors proud by being able to go a little further, be a little stronger, fulfill certain things in this earth that they were not able to do. I'm getting emotional because my eyes just glanced over to where I got my babies up, and I just count it an honor to be able to do things that the women in my family were not able to do, to be able to make choices that maybe they weren't strong enough to make, or they weren't afforded the opportunity to be able to do, basically, right? Fulfill certain things within my family lineage that others weren't able to do, right? And you guys are here to do that very same thing, okay? So that's my spill on sex, kids, and bloodlines and DNA, okay? So yeah. Also, let me see, did I forget anything? I want you guys to take the higher road. And sometimes taking the higher road a lot of times taking the higher road is going to be something different than what you may have normally done, right? So say as whereas before you would have took matters into your own hand, etc., etc. Now you may hire an attorney, like you may take somebody to court versus, you know what I'm saying, like calling out a hit on them, you know what I'm saying, like different things like that. And it's going to feel a little different, it's going to feel a little out of sorts, right? However, that is a part of taking the high road, right? A lot of times when you have gone through a lot of things mentally and emotionally, it will take a toll on you. So it's just like certain things in life, it's just like I'ma either take matters into my own hands because I'm just that angry, I'm just that frustrated, I feel so passionate about the particular situation that I'm gonna just take matters into my own hands in the heat of the moment, right? Like I'm gonna channel all this energy that I'm feeling into handling this shit, right? But we have to learn how to instead channel that energy into a different way of getting things done, into a different way of getting things accomplished, into a different way of getting things said, right? And it's gonna feel a little different, and it's going to feel like, sometimes it's gonna feel like, oh my God, like, that's just so much more work, right? But I just want to encourage you to take the high road and don't feel it robbery, and don't feel like, oh my God, like this is too much. You know what I'm saying? Like me right now, like where I'm at in life, like I value myself so much. I value myself. I value my personal possessions, right? Because they're mine. Whether they are expensive, you know, I value my possessions because what they mean to me, basically, is what I'm saying. And like, yo, I will straight be a Karen out here. Like, I don't care, right? And I come from the day and age where, you know, what they say, snitches get found with stitches and ditches. You know what I mean? Like, I've come from that background, but I'm gonna be a straight Karen. You know what I'm saying? Because I value myself. I'm not going to jail for nobody. Like, I'm not paying karma because I decided to, you know, do some bull-ish. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be a Karen. Because trust and believe, when people wrong you, when they do wrong by you, and all you've done was love them and be decent to them, whether you see it or not, please trust and believe that nobody's getting away with anything, right? Nobody's getting off scot-free for anything. But in that heat of that moment where you just feel so disrespected and just so dogged out and just so alienated, so picked on, it's hard to see that, like, if you don't handle it, that this person is going to have to pay for whatever it is that they did to a chosen one. But they are, and that's the reality, right? And that's what gives us that mental strength, is whenever we choose to not do things the way that other people would do it. Whenever we choose to, I was gonna say not be triggered, but I don't know that we could choose not to be triggered, right? Because what's a trigger? Like, a trigger is, it's something you can't control. It's just a natural response to a situation, right? However, how we behave after we're triggered, that is that is what matters the most, right? So I just want to encourage you guys to protect your energy, sexually, spiritually, protect your energy, by not giving into every situation that wants to pull on you, right? Energetically, every situation doesn't deserve your time and attention, and understand that and be okay with that unapologetically. Like, don't ever apologize for not subjecting yourself to people's bullshit. Don't ever feel bad about choosing you, right? Don't ever feel bad about standing with dignity, right? Don't ever feel bad about choosing you at the end of the day, right? Don't ever feel bad about that. Like, don't ever feel bad about that. And fuck what people say. Like, you don't got time to worry about what people say or think, right? Stand up for you, but do it in a way that you are channeling your energy into the most productive way of getting things done, the most positive way of getting things done, even if it feels a bit out of your comfort zone, even if you feel like a fish out of water, even if you feel like, ooh, this feels weird, like, this is different, right? Still choose that way, right? Because that is the way that is going to build mental strength and tenacity. And our mind is so important, right? Our mind is so important. The way that we think and view things in life is so very, very important, right? So why wouldn't you want to build that muscle, right? We build muscle in our body, but we also want to build our mental muscle, our energetic muscles, right? You want your energy to be impenetrable. I'm saying that wrong, y'all. Basically, what I'm saying is, you want to get to the point where, like, I'm at a point in my life where, like, I know a lot of the bullish that's going on, like, I'm not privy to it. I don't feel it. It don't affect me, and I don't care, right? I don't want to be vibrating at a frequency where just anything could bother me and get me off my square and, like, upset me, right? But that comes from building your mental muscle, your spiritual muscles, right? When you start to build your spiritual muscles and you realize where you are spiritually and where you rank spiritually, a lot of times that will allow you to be like, yo, I'm not even about to sweat this situation because I know God got my back, right? And then at other times, energetically, like, you're so chill that you just like, yo, like, I wouldn't even I'm not even about to let that ruffle my feathers. Now, 2 years ago, like a year ago, maybe even like a couple months ago, right? It would have been a different story. However, I'm a new person now, right? So, yeah, you guys, that's what I got for y'all on this Divine Masculine Mondays. And we are almost at 30 minutes. So I love y'all. For those who made it to the end, drop me a fiery heart. Like, drop me a heart, but I want the one with the fire on it. Drop me a fiery heart if you made it to the end of this video. I want you to subscribe, hit the post notification bell so you know every time I pull up. Share this video with your friends. Share it with your friends. And know and remember, I know what I'm supposed to do, yeah. My mama did so otherwise. My mama did so otherwise. But I go and I get it. Give me some time and go say he did it. All I think for my body. I just put cotton candy on my shawty. This how I get when you rollin' with me. Already know she gon'
gon' fall for my stage. Don't need a key, hop in the bag and they say Mr. V.